Right, okay. It's been a few days since I've streamed anything. I'm going to play a tournament. There's a few tournaments available. So I'm gonna give it a go. Just got a few things to pick up, the free bags. Got a couple of upgrades. Don't know if I've got the right clubs yet, but seem to be the best ones. Sebastian, thank you very much for the good luck, mate. So I don't know which blue tournament, red tournament, golf madness. We'll go for golf madness. So I'm going to try and use what I've learned so far, which is it's not a great deal, but I learned a few techniques. Don't know whether it's the right way or the wrong way to play the game. Just counting the rings and looking at the wind, and looking for a relation between the wind and the rings. So I guess the first thing I need to do is just get it as far up there as possible. Maybe if it was a basic ball, I'll get a bit more wind push. I'm still playing with underdeveloped clubs, so I don't have much visible ball guide. I've not figured out what the best clubs are yet, so I'm going with a short iron. Sort of half distance, half of the club's distance, I guess. Just got to try and visualise the run out. So I'm playing with the tailwind. I'm guessing it's going to bounce around just past the edge of the fifth ring, and then a smaller bounce, and then a bit of a run out. So I might play with about 1 bar backspin there. Just try and get a good look at that ball guide, try and get it dead in line with the hole. I think there might be a bit of a left to right slope. So if I was at max distance, I think I'd be playing about 4 rings here. I'm going to go about 3 rings. Might have needed a bit more than that, actually. Again, I'm not sure of the relationship between the wind and the rings yet. Davek, that's right, isn't it? I know I asked you before, and I'm pretty useless. Davek or Dave K. I'm pretty sure it's Davek. Evening, you alright? Thanks for dropping in. So playing rookie level, I'm not expecting any real drops. Just looking to not make any mistakes. So I need to look at the distance of that drive in relation to my iPad screen. So that's the distance of the drive. So it's going to be the same again. So I do need to get as far up as I possibly can. Luckily, I've got a tailwind. Just looking at the position. The second shot, I guess if I'm over to the right, I can maybe play, like, bump it off the rough or something. So I'm going to try and sort of aim up the right a little bit. Sven, thanks for the good luck. Very much appreciated. Is that in the rough? Oh no, that's a bad start. So, playing the rough shot with the direct headwind. I guess I'm in a bit of bother. Not much chance of the eagle now, I guess. Okay, so I'm up near maximum wedge. 9 miles per hour crosswind. There's no way of stopping that. So do I try and play that type of shot? I don't know how representative that ball guide is. So I'm just going to take a look to see if it's uphill or downhill. Roundabout level, possibly a bit uphill. So, got to eyeball this a little bit. I would go 4.5, 4.4, 3. I'm going to go about 3.5 rings, I think. I hit great. I was miles off with that one. Miles off. So, really, I needed about 5 rings. So is that about right? 9 mile per hour wind for 5 rings. I'll try and remember that at maximum wedge. Maybe 6 rings. So I'm going to call it about, rightly or wrongly, around about 8 miles per hour wind. It's maximum wedge for 5 rings. So 5 rings. I don't think I need to blast it and end up in the rough on this one. I think I can go and change drivers. I think. So I'm going to do that now. Just want something with a bit of backspin to try and stop it. No, I think I'm just gonna stick with that one. Maybe just blast it out of the rough. I'll just get it as far up as possible. Leave myself a rough shot. I think I'll go for the latter. Just try and blast it up but avoid those trees. Yeah, I don't like the look of those. I don't know how the curl's going to react on this. I would imagine that should be okay. Yeah, I'm aware there's an app like Notebook for the game, but I don't want to use it because I prefer... Hi Chris, by the way. I don't want to use it because I would prefer to learn the basics before I start using any assistive app. I do like to figure things out myself. So I'm going with the short iron. So just try to imagine how many rings away from the pin I am. I think I'm about 7 rings away there. With maximum backspin, that's going to check up in the headwind. So let's say it's about 9.7, 4.8, 4, 5 ring, 4.8. I'm going to go about 4.3. Yeah, that was decent. I'd be happy if I could sort of get in and around the hole like that. It's the same with anything really, you know, it's like learning to drive. Or learning to find your way, I should say. You know, if you're driving about using a sat-nav, you don't ever learn the way, you just learn how to follow a sat-nav. But I always think when you learn to drive, you're better off without a sat-nav, because then you get to learn the way and then get a sat-nav once you can get about. Does that make sense? Don't know if it's the right analogy, but so this is the wood club. Looks like quite a lot of backspin on that one, and that's gonna sort of stop short, I guess. I'm gonna play a little less backspin. I guess I want to be 2 bars backspin, 7 rings from the hole, in headwind. So 2 bars backspin, 7 rings from the hole, and I'm going to play around 5, 6, 11 wind. Do you know, I'm going to swap the ball, use one of those. Just a little bit of left spin as well. And I'm going to play 4-ish rings. Oh, get out of the rough. So the great ball put me in the rough. I guess I didn't need as many rings on that one. I've got to do it like that, haven't I? Or do I just go for the dunk on that one? See, I don't think there's going to be any wind effect with being so close. Oh, I got the dunk. There we go. I'm quite happy about that little shot. I'm not sure if a perfect ball would have missed then. Right, so again, reasonably long hole, I guess. I'm going to stick with the special balls, I think. So, round about 3.5 rings. I'm just sticking with half of the wind for now. I know it's probably not right, but so that looked about right. Finished up where I aimed. Right, so a wood club with tailwind, slight tailwind. I'm going to play 2 backspin. Offset to the left because the shape of the shot's going to change. So if I go 2 to 1 now, which I don't think it is, but I'm going to do that anyway. So I'm going to move 4 rings. I'm just going to keep my eye on where it bounces. Yeah, not bad actually. So still 2 to 1, although I don't know what the accuracy stats for that club are. Well, for any of my clubs are, to be honest. And I don't know if the rings are related to the accuracy. I've got the eagle. That's good. So headwind on this one. I guess I'm going to be left with a short iron. So on the driver, let's go with 3.6 rings. Small amount of overpower. That looked pretty good. A bit close to the left rough, but again with the short iron. So let's go 2 bars backspin. That's 5, 7. That's 7 rings. That's not enough. Nine rings. I'm going to go 10 rings. So 10 rings back to start. I still think that might scoot on a little bit. So half of the wind up at maximum club would be 3.5. Maybe a bit less than that. Let's go with, there we go, That's not going to work. So I'm guessing I'm just going to have to underpower this. I'm going to curl it round, so I'm going to stay away from that rough and just drastically underpower it. Not bad, not bad. I guess as your clubs progress, there's going to be a smaller gap between the clubs, so less of a dead zone between the clubs. So we've got par 3. Playing with the long iron. 7.2 tailwind. So that doesn't look good, does it? So that's going to go back down the hill. So I don't want to do that. I want to land far enough up so that it jumps forward onto the green. So 3.6. I'm away from max, so I'm going to go 2 point. I'm going to call that 2.8 rings. Yeah, the landing spot seemed about right, but it's just difficult to visualise. Difficult to visualise where it's going to run out to with an underdeveloped ball guideline. Right. So just gonna, it looks like it's gonna bounce off that fairway, kick off the fairway on the right. So I'm gonna try and sort of curl round if I can. Might try and go for the great ball to the right. Yep, got that. Don't know if it's going to work or not. Yeah, that worked okay. So 8.2. Plenty of backspin on that club, on the big foot. So that looks about right, I guess. Somewhere around there. And I'm just going to go about 3 point. No, I'm just going to underpower and move across and underpower. Yeah, not bad. We get another eagle. birdie, just a long par 4. Hey John, you alright buddy? How's things? Thanks for dropping in. I'm just gonna check something. No, it's okay. It's alright, just one hole to go. Need to level up these clubs, because that's the biggest stumbling block at the minute. So this is way downhill, but as I understand it, the wind effect plays less on a downhill shot, and I think that's down to your trajectory, because the trajectory moves with the sort of shot angle. So I'm going to play 0 spins, offset to the right, medium club distance, so I'm going to play about 2.8 rings and see if that looks about right. Yeah, that definitely moved less than an uphill shot. So seems a little bit counterintuitive that an uphill shot's going to be affected more by the wind. But if you think about it, I guess it's like you're leaning back. So if you're leaning back, you're going to loft the ball up in the air. It's going to be affected more by the wind. And if you are playing downhill, it's more sort of closing the club up. Oh, there we go. So finished that round. -10. Leader currently on 11. Claim some rewards. Okay, what am I doing? What's that then? I'm not sure what that ball is. I'm going to have a look at that. %power, 15 wind, 50 side spin. Better putting stats. A slower swing meter. Yeah, some decent balls. Need to improve the collection. Let's play a couple of head-to-heads. Nice long hole. Guess it's just a case of blast it as far as you can. And again, just get it as far as possible. So 3.3 wind, I'm just going to move half of that, sort of 1.5 rings. And this is where it counts, really, isn't it? So I'm playing with the Atlas wedge. The other guy hit the flag. So I'm playing that, something like that. A bit of top spin, I guess. 1.5. 2 top spin. I've got a shot clock. So 1.8 rings. Okay, so I maybe needed around 4 top spin there. I would take the win. Just playing sensibly. I guess that's the way to do it at the start, because I'm still very much a rookie. 213 trophies. So claim rewards. Oh, gold bag, that sounds decent. Mercury, that's a rough iron. Sandman, so rough and sand clubs. And 5 balls, that's good. 5 balls. I know 1 ball. So that means I've got 5 altogether. Oh, and there's more, something else. There we go. Win a head-to-head. So I'll start that unlock. Play another head-to-head. Let's go. Looks like a pretty short par 4. Right. So I'm playing with the long iron with headwind. So if I play a couple of top spin, that's going to be short. So I guess I'll be playing the backspin wood shot. That looks about right, I guess. Try and line up. Quickly adjust for the wind. Nearly ran out of time there. Yeah, pretty close. Pretty close. So that's, again, still just playing 2 to 1. So whatever the wind is, I always forget about them. Thank you. Whatever the wind is, just half it and move that many rings. Right. So near minimum club with the short iron. We don't have much backspin on this one, so I think, oh, he's destroyed me. He's got a much better club than me because he can just stop it dead. Well played. Yeah, he's beat me there. Add friend. So I really need to take a look at the, what have I got? I've got the Bigfoot. Looks a reasonable club. That's the problem. The short iron, I don't really have anything unlocked. Don't really have anything unlocked. So I need a better option. I'm going to play one more tour game and then call it a day. Get an early night. Very long hole. So just get it as far as possible. I don't think there's any way of, oh maybe just getting up to the green if I had a better wood club. Yep, so it should push it over about 1.8 rings if I hit spot on. It's going to be close to the water, is it? Yeah, really close. Seem to have a good shot view on that one. I don't think it's going to be affected too much by that wind. Right, okay, so that scooted on quite a way past the where the ball guide said it was going to go to, or the shot view. So for those that are watching or have watched me play for the last half hour, what I'm doing is I'm starting from scratch, trying to learn myself. I'll take advice wherever I can get it, but just trying to learn. And if I do get better, because I do believe I can get better, have done in other games, done quite well in other games once I get to know the game. I'm hoping I'll be able to offer some tutorials, help, just tips and tricks and that kind of thing. So I'm just going to go 0.6. That's a nice easy win. Nice round. Good game. much. Right, I'm going to call it a day there. I'm just going to see what we get. A new club, that looks decent. Hoping that's a short iron, because that's what I need. It is a short iron. Quite a bit of backspin, no curl. That looks decent, to be fair. Better than the one that I'm using. So I'm going to select that. And the next time I play, I'll give it a whirl. But thanks for dropping by. I'm going to call it a day there. Appreciate you watching the stream.